Welcome to the 5 Tibetan Rites Explained. In this video, I'm going to guide you through the 5 Tibetan rites, explain what they are, their benefits, and show you the variations that you can help adapt to suit your practice and your body. So the aim is quite simple, to help you understand the practice and then be able to move on perhaps to my second video where I will guide you through, as a daily routine, all 5 rites in one go. But if you prefer, just simply take the knowledge from this video and then do the 5 Tibetans as part of your own self-practice. So what are these 5 rites? They're 5 short sequences of movements, often described as a daily routine or a daily ritual to help increase energy, strength and vitality, sometimes known as the font of youth. They originate from the book called The Eye of the Revelation, which shares the story of Tibetan monks using practices like these to support their health and longevity. So what are the 5 movements? So rite 1 is rotations or spinning. Rite 2 is leg raises. Rite 3 is kneeling back bends. Rite 4 is hip raises. And then finally rite 5 is downward dogs to upward dogs. Together they create a simple, repeatable sequence that works brilliantly as a daily practice or as part of a morning routine. So what are the benefits of these? If you practice this practice, or if you do this practice consistently, then you'll improve your strength and stability, increase mobility and flexibility, it'll boost your energy and circulation, it'll support your posture and breathing, it'll help regulate your nervous system, it stimulates your endocrine system, and if you believe in your chakras, then it's going to help align your chakras. So perhaps reasons not to do this. There are a few situations which you should perhaps go gently or avoid or just modify. So such as things as if you're pregnant, if you are easily susceptible to getting dizzy, then perhaps do one of the variations or spin slowly. And we'll cover that in more detail in a moment. If you have problems with your neck, your back or any of your joints, if you're feeling unwell, fatigued or depleted. Whenever you do any of this practice, just listen to your body. This is a practice of awareness, not force. But if in doubt, just ask your doctor. Okay, so the protocol. Traditionally, each movement is repeated up to 21 times. 21 isn't a magic number. It's simply a rhythm that has been passed down because it works. It's enough to create change without overwhelming the body. So if you're new to this, then perhaps start with just 3 to 5 reps for each of the rites, maybe building up to 7 or 9 to 11, and then eventually progressing up to 21. But only if you feel it's right. You don't have to be able to do 21. This is a practice of progression. For the rotations though, traditionally we spin to the right. But if you'd like to improve your balance, I'd recommend alternating each day. So perhaps today we would spin to the right, and then tomorrow we'd spin to the left. This is a great way of stimulating the fluid within the ears to improve your balance. In terms of expectation management, be prepared that you will always feel dizzy, but you'll perhaps over time lose that feeling if you're feeling a bit nauseous from motion sickness. So just ease yourself into the rotations. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through each of the 5 rites and I'll give you the variants. I'm going to give you the full variant to start, all the modifications, and then finally finish with the rest posture. So rite number 1, rotations. If you're particularly prone to becoming dizzy, then I'd recommend doing one of the modifications. If you're a dancer or have a dancing background where you look to your hands and you keep snapping your head so that you're always looking in one direction, try not to do that if you can, because we want to create the dizziness effect by following our hand round. So for example, if we're going to go round to the right, I'm going to anchor my right foot, I'm going to look to my right hand, and I'm going to follow my right hand. So one rotation would look like this. That'd be classed as 1. So we're going to do a number of rotations, one after the other, spinning around our foot, following our hand. Once we've done as many as we can do, or our 21, then we go into the rest posture where we low center of gravity, bend the knees, prayer posture hands and focus on the thumbs. Breathe into it. As we go through this, if you get really dizzy, then just lower yourself to the floor and elevate your legs. The key to this is not to go too fast, too quickly. You may be surprised how quickly you do feel dizzy. So always make sure that you're in a safe area where you're not going to fall over and hit yourself. But preferably, listen to your body and stop yourself before getting to that point where you would get so dizzy you would fall over. If you know that you're prone to becoming dizzy, then there's a gentler version where you anchor both feet and you just simply twist from side to side. Now I'm told if you have a medical condition which makes you prone to being dizzy, doing this is more than enough to give you that challenge into your balance. So modifications. Start slowly, don't do as many numbers, and try not to go to the point where you're going to fall over. Or alternatively, just do the static twist from side to side. So that's your rotations. Just to remind you, traditionally we go to the right. This helps spin up our chakras. But if you want to improve your balance, and I personally find when I spin to the left, I find this harder. So you want to alternate from day to day. So for example, today I went to the right. So tomorrow if I came back to do this, I'd go to the left and then just alternate. You don't have to, it's personal choice. So that's right number one. So just remind you the rest posture is nice and low, focusing on the thumbs. That'll really help, and really breathe deeply into it. Good. So right number two, these are leg raisers. I'll start with a full variant. I'd recommend placing your hands underneath your buttocks. This encourages the lower back to be pressed into the floor. You can always use a cushion if you prefer. Head and legs off the floor. So you're going to inhale, lowering both down, head to the floor but legs staying off the deck. Exhale back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. A variant to this, keep the head on the floor. Maybe your neck doesn't like this, so you can just simply support it with the legs going up and down. So that's one variant. Another variant to make this kinder on the back is to bend the knees. Inhale up, exhale down. Or you can do single legs. So there's enough there hopefully for you to come out with a leg raise variation. The rest posture is a tight little ball. Drawing the knees to the chest, head to the knees. This is nice for the lower back because you'll be arching the lower back unless you're pressing it into the floor. So this is a good way of countering it. So your rest posture, which you can adopt any of these rest postures at any time should you need to. So right number two, leg raises. The next one is right number three, which is going to be kneeling back bends. So with this, we're going to be kneeling, knees hip width apart. You're going to place the hands onto the lower back, draw the elbows and shoulder blades together. So when we start this, the full variant, you're going to squeeze the buttocks, puff the chest, hang the head off the back. By squeezing the buttocks, it helps protect the lower back. So keep squeezing and then exhale down. So inhale up, squeeze the buttocks, puff the chest. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So variants for this if that's too much. Do it slowly, that always helps. Not going fully down. So you just do the kneeling back bend bits, you squeeze the buttocks, puff the chest, and then exhale, bring yourself back upright. Inhale up, exhale down. So that's all you need to be able to do. If neither of those work, let's say you can't kneel, you can do the standing. Exactly the same premise. Feet hip width apart, knees bent this time, hands on the lower back. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. You don't have to do the full forward fold, you can just go to the finish point that I was in. If you do the full forward fold, I'd recommend engaging the core as you go up and down to protect the back, or bend the knees a bit more. Now, if none of those work for you, for whatever reason, you can still do this and get a little back bend as a bridge. So you have your knees over your ankles, you're going to inhale up and exhale down. If you lift beyond that sort of a point where you would normally stop, so you're getting a bit of an arch in the back, if you have the range, you're still getting a nice little back bend, but in a much more controlled fashion. So again, if you're on your back, the rest posture will be a tight little ball. But if you're doing the kneeling version, the rest posture is a child's pose where you sit back into it like this, either with your arms to your front or arms to your sides. All we're trying to do is just take the pressure off the lower back. You can adopt that rest posture at any stage or at the end. So that's right number three, kneeling back bends. Key teaching point, squeeze the buttocks when you're going into the back bend because it helps protect the lower back. Good. So right number four is going to be hip raises. So variants for this, and this is where you might want to have some other equipment. I'll show you the full variant and then the variants to go with it. You're going to start with the buttocks underneath the shoulders. Now you can either have your hands flat, or you can come up onto the off the heel of the hand to give you a bit of height. But wherever you end up, try and have the knees over the ankles when we lift up. So I always find that having a little bend in my knees, starting on the heels, helps me get into the right place. So we're going to inhale up, squeeze the buttocks, hang the head, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. So variants to this one. If you struggle with this, let's say this is where you suddenly realise that your torso is longer than your arms, or vice versa, you can use things like bars, where you put your hands onto them to give you some height instantly. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. If you don't have bars, and these are particularly good for the next one as well, but I'll cover that later, you can use blocks, 2 same blocks. It doesn't have to be a block, it could be a book, or 2 books. All we're trying to do is create some height. So exactly the same premise. Inhale up, exhale down. Now if you can't do the full variant, regardless if you're using blocks or these bars, then you can do a half lift. So you literally buttocks off the deck if you can manage it. Inhale up, exhale down. If you can, try not to sit down, but if you need to sit down in between, then do. Keep little bends in the elbows, and every time we're on our hands, splay the fingers and grip into the mat. This will help protect the wrist. So inhale up, exhale down. The final variant is to lie on your back and inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Particularly good if you've got problems with your shoulders or your wrists at the moment, then you can progress, perhaps once you've got the strength, into the other ones or your injuries pass. So that's right number 4. Rest posture for this, I find if you have diamond legs and just simply forward fold, this feels quite nice across the hips and the back after what we've just done. Good. So the final one is now upward dogs, downward dogs. So splay the fingers, grip into the mat, come into your down dog, lift the hips. So the full variant, we're going to inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So key teaching points on this: as you come forward, squeeze the buttocks, puff the chest, exhale it back. Keep the core engaged throughout, so your core's engaged coming forward and coming back, so you're not hanging off the spine at any stage. Inhale forward, squeeze the buttocks, exhale back. Variants to this: you can come forward as far as just a plank and press back. Inhale forward, exhale back. If you have problems because of your wrists, you can use bars, just as we did the other side. Brilliant for any of your yoga practice. Inhale forward, exhale back. The advantage of this, it gives you more room on which to drop your hips if you want to go deeper into your back bend. It also helps support the wrists. If you don't have those, you can always do it on your forearms. So a variant of it would be a baby plank, pressing out of the shoulders into a dolphin and back. This is slightly different, puts more onus into the shoulder mobility, but again, it is an option. And the option, if you're not ready for any of those, is to start kneeling. Have your hands in front of you, as you would do before. Squeeze the buttocks as you come forward, drop the hips, puff the chest, and then press back. Keep the core engaged throughout. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. So the rest posture for any of those variants is what I'm in now, child's pose, either arms to your front or down by your sides. So that's right number 5. Hopefully you found this video useful. I look forward to seeing you hopefully every morning if you weave this into your morning routine, but if not, hopefully you've got enough information now to weave this into your own personal practice. If you have any questions outside of this video, then clearly just contact me on the platform and I'll be delighted to answer any inquiries that you may have. But thank you so much. I wish you all the very best with your 5 Tibetans, and thank you for your time. Namaste.